Good morning, guys. It's your girl Bunny, and I go live each and every day at 6 a.m. And I know I'm so terribly late. I'm so sorry, good people. Come on in the room. Let's build this room up and have a good time. I honestly was going so behind Vincent's territory. Good morning, Sean. What's going on? If it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to grab a seat. The room is building up. I'm just late. I'll do this each and every day at 6 a.m. in the morning, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. on Saturdays, and random times on Sundays sometimes. Let me just build up my tablet. Let me get my stuff together. Y'all, I ain't go to sleep last night until this morning. I ain't go to sleep until 2:30. So, yes, I'm late. And yes, still I want to get out of here on time. Uh-oh, I'm about to get chastised. Child. Thank you for the crown. Thank you for opening it up. Thank you for waking me up. Wyatt, I'm sorry.
I love the hair.
Yo. What happened, King? No time. Oh,
Beautiful
okay.
hair, Bunny.
Thank you. I'm going to get my hair done today. I ain't finished taking my hair out till 2:30 this morning. Went to sleep, woke up, tried to get my life together, the slick back. My first hair tie broke. Like when I tell you, getting up here this morning was a whole task. But I'm happy I'm here. And they changed the format of the board. Thank y'all, Blunts. Thank y'all, Marla. Let's go. Updated my TikTok app and I regret it already, but we gonna see. I see the big Ak in here. Good morning, Pretty Knox in here. Let me say hi to the people. We got King in here. He's answering the prompt. The prompt says, if they say I'm not ready for a relationship, how long do they have to get ready? King said no time. I'm going ASAP. Pretty Knox said that's our problem. We always want to make them something they not. Y'all are waking up. Help me get to where y'all at. You talk to me, Wyatt. If somebody says to you, I'm not ready for a relationship, how long do they have to get ready?
Honestly, if that's what I'm ready for, like, I might wait a couple months and then see if they've, had any different feelings about it or came back to it. And then probably I'm gonna be out.
Isn't that a dangerous game to play? Because in a couple months, you might catch a couple feelings. So if you catch them feelings and they not there to match it, you might be in a world of trouble, child.
I guess that's true.
We gotta be careful, but let's go. Thank you, Wyatt. Let's go. Okay. You gotta be careful. But I want to hear all your answers. I respect all your answers. Let's go. I got you, Blunt. I see you next up. Pretty Knox, I saw you in the comments coming in strong. You said that's the problem. We be trying to change him. Talk to me.
Girl, good morning, beautiful.
Good morning,
Let me
good
say
morning.
this, girl. I think it's a part of growing as a woman because when my mother was transitioning, I had ran into an ex that I left 20 years ago, right? And he told me up front, I don't want no relationship. I just want somebody to come over. We smash, go home, we smoke. But the thing about that is, we need to learn the difference in relationship shit and friendship shit. Like, you know what I mean? We need to stop giving our all to them when they telling us up front. We can't make them be something they don't want to be. And I think we just stick around just hoping and praying because that's what we want. And then we get mad when we see them with other women. But he told you he didn't want your ass in the beginning. You know, we gotta take accountability. It's a lot of us women out here want love so bad that we'll take anything. Fuck that. Love yourself.
Drop that mic.
Have a good day, baby.
You too, baby. Let's go. Came in here swinging at me. Okay, let's get them. Let me see who else is in the queue. We got Blunts in the queue. If it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to come up and have conversation with me. Just because I do one at a time, it's not because I want to attack y'all. It's just because I want the love to be able to be shown to y'all. Give y'all your own space to have your own opinion, and we just keep it cute, we keep it moving. I don't like no arguing in here. We just have a good time. Go ahead, Blunts. If they say I'm not ready for a relationship, how long do they have to get ready?
Immediately.
Oh.
We out of there. We out of there.
Talk to me. I mean, so are you in a chapter of your life right now? You looking for something serious? So like, what's going on?
Here's the thing. I was a little while ago, I would say few months, I was having conversations with this guy. And he was pretty strong on the, I'm not looking for a relationship type, whatever. And I was like, for the longest time, I was hurt before. I don't want this. I don't want that. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually lying to myself. Yeah, I was hurt. I really was. I was done real bad. But I still want love. I still want this. I still want that. So I'm not finna cheat myself and lie to myself because of what one person has done. So no, I'm not finna lie to myself. So yeah, I want the relationship. I want the flowers. I want all of that. So when I was like, well, you could sit here with the I don't want this because I do. And when I said that, he's like, oh well, I'm not saying that I'm against it. I'm not looking for it. But here's my thing. You can't sit here and say, I'm not looking for a relationship, but if it comes, I'm not opposed to it. You cannot not look for it and be against. You can't do that. You gotta be open to it.
That's that Jedi
Be able
mind
to
shit.
accept. You gotta be open to something to be able to accept it. You can't have your book closed and be ready to read chapter 13.
And I think that's the Jedi mind trick that a lot of people do. I'm not going to say men, but I'm going to say a lot of people do. Like, oh yeah, no, I'm not really looking for a relationship, but it's not closed to you. It's not off the table for you. I might be able
No,
to.
for sure it is. For sure it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, it's off the table for me. Because if it ain't off the table for me, I'm knocking it off the table for me.
Let's go. So honestly, today, y'all, we have 2 Dear Chat letters. I see Mama Blunts in the queue. I know it's an accident. She ain't about to play with me.
Yeah.
I know it's an accident. Thank you for tapping that screen, Mama Blunts. She be tapping herself right into the queue every time.
You do every time.
we have 2 Dear Chat letters today. One Dear Chat letter that we're gonna get into kind of circles around. It's not this exactly, but it's just the fact of like what you say you want in the beginning. How do you be up here answering this at the same time?
Yeah, because I wanted to be rude on my own time.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Some people say they want certain things in the beginning, and I guess my next question to the good people is this. Have you ever said you wanted something? It doesn't have to be a relationship status or whether it was children or whether it was
Yeah, I don't think I want kids.
Okay, so you just said I don't think I want kids. Do you think that can change with someone? Like if you meet someone, do you think that particularly can change, or you standing on that?
Well, I think I'm too late in the game for that one. I have teenagers now, so
All right,
I think I'm too late for that. I don't.
Jay White in the
they're
comments
gonna
said
take them from me now.
Jay White said no. Believe who people are. That part.
Anybody want to
No blunts.
Gonna have a yard sale.
Absolutely
Buy
not.
none, all free.
Yeah. Let's read our first Dear Chat letter. Thank you, Blunts. Let's go. Thank you for all the faces in the chat. If it's your first time stopping by, we're going to read our Dear Chat letter. We're going to get it started quickly because we have 2 Dear Chat letters today. And let me see. Hold on one second, y'all. I ain't even got the music queued up, child. This is a terrible, terrible time. This is a terrible, terrible time. Yo, today, like I said, I ain't going to sleep till 2:30 in the morning. I do apologize for being unprepared, but we're going to have a good time in here. I see Mr. Johnson in the house. He told his homegirl he was going to stop by today and did. Angie, good morning. What's going on? We're about to get into our Dear Chat letter. I love to see the growth of this channel. The numbers went from 2 to 80 in about 60 seconds. Wow, the growth that we have going on in here. We're about to be 5 months old, yo. And honestly, like, it makes me so emotional how much we've grown. Who's this in my chat? Southpaw Forever.
Hi.
Hi, where you from?
Oh, I'm from Georgia. How about you?
I'm from Jersey. Let's go. Talk to me. You want to talk about the prom? If they say I'm not ready for a relationship, how long do they have to get ready? Talk to them.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, like, is this, in this particular scenario, is the person, like, are we already kind of doing things with them, like, on some friends and benefits? Or is it, like, totally nothing's going on between us?
Well, I would say you meet them. How well? Let me ask you a question. Hey, Ray Miguel. Hey, Coach Will. Thank you for walking in. If when you meet someone that you potentially are attracted to, and you guys exchange numbers, at what point do you ask them what their intentions are in your own relationship or in your courtship? When do you talk
Okay.
about intentions?
So for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I've never, with all the girlfriends I've been with, we've never actually like discussed intention. Okay, well, there's actually this one time, but for most of the times, it kind of just went with the flow.
Went with the
Honestly,
flow. Oh, you will go with the flower. Let's
yeah,
just see.
yeah,
So
just have fun.
what is your end game? What do you want?
My end game would probably be to have a family, like marriage with,
Hmm.
yeah, I'd say that's probably the end game.
Okay, to have a family, because you could have a family without marriage. You just want the kids part, or you want the marriage part too?
The marriage part.
Is that something that you want right now in this season? That's your end goal, but in this season that you're in right now, can you see that for yourself in 5 years?
5 years, yes, but not in like 1 year. It's gonna at least be like 3 years.
Are you willing to do the work right now to see that in 5 years, or you still trying to get a couple things off your belt real quick? Are there some
Uh,
goals you got going on? Because I smell a little hesitancy, like a little hesitancy in the air.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, your intuition serves you well on that one.
thank you.
Uh, Definitely got some goals going on. Like, still, I mean, we can't rush into things, right? Like, we have to make sure we're ready. And like you said, like, I'm a college student.
I
I'm
smelt the young in the air too. How old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
23.
Okay. Okay. All right. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, so Southpaw. I mean, a lot of people do get married at young ages and still make it, right? I didn't know myself in my 20s.
Hmm.
I would hope that I would never get married in my 20s because the person I was then is definitely not the person I am now. So definitely take your time. So I could see why you've been going with the flow. You're still young. You still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, still
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah. So take your time. What's the rush?
Yeah. All right. Thank
Yeah.
you for
Thank you,
that.
Southpaw. All right, let's
All
go.
right. All right. Have a great day.
So now I can understand. So that's why he's going with the flow. He's a bit younger. He's still in college. He's still figuring out. All I'm gonna say to that is don't make permanent decisions on on an unintentional basis. Like make sure when you do decide, yeah, he's young. Like just make intentional decisions because honestly, the unintentional ones could be for life, i.e.,
Good
kids.
morning. Good morning.
What's going on, Kenny Chicken? Oh, Kenny Chicago. Let's
Chicago.
go. Kenny Fried Chicken up in here. Where are you from? Are you from Chicago?
I'm, yeah, I was born and raised in Chicago, but I'm in Minnesota now.
All right. Come on, Minnesota. You can answer our prompt before we change our board. We're about to get into our Dear Chat letter. Go ahead.
Well, I feel like that too right now. I'm 56.
Mm-hmm.
I lived all through the 20s. Those were the fun days. The 30s are learning how to be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
40s, you had to have yourself together to be a
Mm-hmm.
provider in all aspects.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have the right partner
Mm-hmm.
to make it to your 50s, that means you're toxic. You need to have yourself together mentally, physically, and emotionally. It's
Mm.
not all about financially because you can have all the money in the world, but your partner's not happy.
Mm.
If your
Okay.
partner's not happy with you spiritually, mentally,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of us we think sex is everything. Sex is only part of it.
Mm.
Believe me, it's like 30% mostly for the women
Mm-hmm.
because women sometimes is emotional and you cannot satisfy her emotionally, you better know how to do it mentally
Mm.
because she needs somebody that's gonna teach her and she gonna follow. If she know more than you, that means you're not ready.
Mm.
to be a leader. And I know that falls short for most men without a father because a woman can't teach a man how to be a man.
Mm.
She can teach him how to protect a woman, but never to be a man to strong leadership.
All right, Kenny.
Am I saying something wrong?
You're not saying anything wrong, not at all. It's going a little off topic, but I mean, I thank you and I appreciate
But that's the
you
reason
coming
why
in.
I'm not ready for no relationship because I've done it already before. I've been to therapy. I was an angry young black man, even though I did have a father. But I saw my mother go through a lot.
Mm.
Now that I'm older now, it's hard to find a woman that wants a relationship instead of a financial ship.
Mm.
If we're
Well,
gonna take care at my
I mean,
age, we're gonna have to take care of each other.
well, let me ask you this, Kenny, before I let you down, because we got to get into our letter. Our numbers is dropping like crazy right now. What's it called? So you're currently dating now, or no? Are you still married?
No, I'm saying I'm not ready to date no more because it's crazy out there now.
Okay. All right. Well, stick around. Maybe we'll find somebody in the chat. You stick around. We're about to get into our letter. Let's go.
You have a beautiful day, baby.
You too, Kenny Chicago. Let's go. Let's go. All right. We're gonna get into our dear chat letter, y'all. Hold on. We might. You never know. And I feel like people when they say that they not looking, they not ready. I feel like most of y'all be lying. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all be lying. Y'all wanna rub them feet together. Y'all want somebody to rub them feet with. Y'all be lying. Let's get into our letter. I'm tired of y'all. Let's go. If it's your first time stopping by, Marla, let's go. My name is Bunny, straight out of Jersey, and we are going to get into a Dear Chat letter. Let's go. Dear Chat, when is the right time to date? The standards for men and women are completely different. I have interacted with a guy on surface level, and I like to ask him out. But there are a few things blocking me. I have a child under 2. He has no kids and would like to start a family one day. We live in different states. Above all else, medically, I can't have more kids. Do I let him know I'm interested in him and would like to ask him out, or just keep things surface level? All right, y'all. So we got a couple questions in this Dear Chat letter. When is the right time to date? And also there's a bit of a conflict of the fact that the person that she's just having a casual conversation with has already let her know that they want a family one day. She has a child, so they could be part of the family. They could make that their family if they really wanted to, but medically she cannot have any more children. Should she go past the casual conversation and try to pursue something, or keep things surface level with all things considered? Let me catch some of these comments. Let's catch some of these comments. Sydney said, absolutely not. Nothing compatible about it. Kenny said, always be open and honest. Discussion said, not compatible. Jay said, don't set yourself up for failure. Destiny said, don't play with him. Don't be dishonest. Hey, don't. Okay, let's see. Let's get some of our people in the queue. We just read our Dear Chat letter. Good morning, y'all. If it's your first time slapping by. What is wrong with me? Stopping by.
Slapping by.
We get into this Dear Chat letter. Fancy says, shoot your shot. Be honest, and what happens, happens. King Mayor said, just be honest from day one. King Mayor, you must be cutting up in other chats because they blocking all your comments. They blocking your comments, child, but I'll get them up there. Let's go. Ooh, all right, Blunt, talk to me.
As a woman who can't have any more children, I feel like if he hasn't been able to start his own family, I feel like that's a very selfish situation to put him in, because he might want to be able to, he might like her, and he might try to go with the flow for a little bit, even though that's a weak mindset, I feel. Because that's really not going with that you don't go with the flow. That's not a real situation. That's giving in. That's really what that is. It's giving in. But personally, no. I don't think that's fair on his behalf, and somebody's going to end up getting hurt. Somebody is going to end up getting cheated on. It's not going to. There's a very small chance everything's going to be wonderful. He's going to, you know, adopt a baby, and they're going to live happily ever after. The end, all the beautiful things, but ultimately, no, it's not. It's not going to work.
I wonder if though, because there are some people, and if you know me, I have to go with a little bit of opposition, right?
Mhm.
Because there are some people, there are some men and women that have no want to raise an infant child. Some children, some people would prefer to skip the infant stages and raise a child. So my thing is, the only reason I say it's still up for discussion, she doesn't have to say, "Hey, I like you, let's discuss this." But I think that, did he say specifically he wants a family from his loins, or did he say he wants a family? And because there's not one way to do a family, as we all know
No, you're
here,
right.
there's plenty
You're
of
right.
ways in here to do a family. What did he say? Well, versus what was the conversation? I want a family. What does that look like? You know, some people do believe in the family that's chosen is greater than the family that's blood. So, I mean, I
Yes.
feel like it's still a discussion, but I feel like if we have that discussion and he says straight up, "Oh no, I want to see little Junior, little da 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 running around," then you know that's not, it's not within your capability, and that's no strike to you. You know, as unfortunately as a woman, our bodies go through many different things, and it's not always in the cards for all of us. You know, so let's go, Marla. So I'm very sensitive and hyper aware to that. So, but I feel like, what did he say? What you said? Sorry, I
And
hate
where's
it.
the child's father? Is the child's father in the child's life? Because in today's society, people look like, oh, well, that child's under a certain age, and if that other parent's still involved, then there are certain things that still go on. Blah blah blah. So there's a lot of things that go into it when there's children involved and an outside
Oh, people in the
adult.
chat. Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of questions. There's that's a very vague situation,
Yeah.
a very sensitive situation. So I feel like there's a lot more. Ultimately, shoot your shot, girl. At the end of the day, shit, get you.
What? How you
But
came in here telling her to leave it alone? Now shoot your shot.
yeah, if
What?
you're just solely going for a family, yeah. But if you were just taking out from the family and you going for you, then shoot your shot. But if we're outside of the family, get you. But if we're just solely focusing on this man and his perspective and him wanting a family, if we're worried about him, or we worrying about us, or we worrying about you, there's a lot of questions to going into the dear chat. There's a lot of unanswered, unasked questions.
Ooh, Sydney, 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 I know you didn't mean it. I know you didn't mean it. So just watch how you said that. Thank you, Blunts. We gonna give you another shot. Watch how you said that. That was it's a very vulnerable thing to even speak on. Your own medical condition. So I don't love how you said that. Sean, talk to me. All right, let me read the letter one more time, because I've seen a lot of people step in after I read the letter. Let me read the letter one more time before you respond. Dear chat, when is the right time to date? The standards for men and women are completely different. I have interacted with a guy on surface level, and I like to ask him out, but there are a few things blocking me. I have a child under 2. He has no kids and would like to start a family one day. We live in different states. Above all else, medically, I can't have more children. Do I let him know I'm interested in him and would like to ask him out, or just keep things surface level? Go ahead, Sean.
So there's a lot going on with that, but I mean, you got to start somewhere. So I say just go ahead and have that conversation, see where it goes. Then if you see that it's going to the next step and it's going further and you're intentional about wanting a relationship, let him know those things about you, so that can be his decision whether he wants to move forward or not. I know we all don't like rejection, but at some point, just you never know, and you don't want to sit years later doing shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like, could that have been something? He might want to. He might want to be around for you and your child. That might be his family. There might even be a way that she can. I don't know what her condition is, but she can have a surrogate if he want his bloodline. So there's a lot of ifs in that, but you don't know what the ifs are until you get in that ring and see where things can go.
Come on with it. Come on, Sean. And I love that coming from a man, because it's like, don't be afraid. And I know that ladies, a lot, we've dealt with a lot of terrible men who have made us feel like asking questions is a negative thing. Oh, I don't want him to run. I don't want him to this, that, and the third. But then you have to live with those what ifs. Don't be afraid to have those conversations, right? To dive a little bit deeper and to see where his mind is at. Like I said, there's not one way to have a family, right? There's not one way to be a family man. Don't worry about it, Essie. We got another letter coming up as well. We got 2 Dear Chat letters today. Courtney in the box. Go ahead, babe.
Good morning. So, as somebody that's dating with intent and somebody that is dating with like wanting like the intent to marry, I think those are all conversations to have, towards the beginning of getting to know each other, of like, hey, do you have kids? Well, I have a kid. What age are your kids? This is how old my kid is. Do you want more kids? Okay, well, unfortunately, I'm not able to have more kids, and if you do want more kids, like maybe the financials are there. Like the man just stated, I personally had my children through a donor. The financials are there, surrogacy could be an option because it would still be his bloodline. It would just be carried by someone else. And depending on the medical condition, it could still possibly be her egg further down the line. And so it could still be like like at the end of the day, it's still their child, but it could still be their biological child, even if she's not able to carry. And, science and the medical field has came such a long way in the sense of fertility and things that we're able to do and go about. So I think those are all options. I think as women, we far too often get into our own heads before we even start, that we are our own worst critics. That goes across the board, men and women. We're our own worst critics, and we immediately shoot ourselves down before we even shoot our shot. And so before we even try to initiate a conversation, we're like, okay, well, I have this, and this. Well, it goes the same way, baby. In 5 years, you're still going to be, say you're 30 now, you're still going to be 35 in 5 years. So if you don't make the changes now, you're still going to be 35 in 5 years. But if you make the changes now, you're going to be in 35 in 5 years and have made the changes. So you got to take that step, start those conversations, and see where it goes. It could be a complete no from him, but you're never going to know unless you try.
That part. Let's go, Courtney. Y'all, give me some heat. We're gonna move on to the next letter in a second. Let me see if my sis really meant to request up. I think she was just tapping the screen. Yeah, it's so easy for y'all to get caught up in the box on accident. Let me get Wyatt, then I'm gonna get Taurus Queen, and then we're gonna move on to our next letter. I thank y'all for joining in. We got Purple in the chat. Light up that chat, Purple for Purple. She hasn't been in here in a minute, y'all. Light up the chat for our moderator. I'll try to She ain't been back in a minute, but she back with the jump off. Let's light up that chat, Purple. Let's go. Wyatt, talk to me. What's going on? What you got for the lady?
I was going to say that as corny as it like kind of sounds, you really do miss like 100% of the shots that you don't take. And so like if this is something that she really wants to pursue, even if she doesn't know the outcome, I would say to do it. And I would also say to be honest about the, like Sean said, if she does notice that it's like moving on to the next step, to just like be open and honest about her like not being able to have another child. Because you never know if, he would be open to the idea of just, taking in her child and like just making their little family be his family as well.
That part. Let's go. Thank you, Wyatt. Oh, I love it. I see the purple umbrellas. Come on, Sam. We got Taurus Queen. Then we're gonna move on to, maybe we'll do one topic in between the other letter, or we might just go into the other letter because I feel like the other letter might give us something a little bit more to chew. Taurus Queen, go ahead, babe.
Hey, Grand Rising, everybody.
Grand Rising, talk to me.
So, so it's exactly what everybody just said. Always definitely shoot your shot, regardless of the
Mhm.
situation. Now, she did state that they are talking surface level, so
Right.
it's perfectly fine for you to, get the information that you need to know while y'all just talking surface level. She doesn't even have to hypothetically say that it's her that's interested. She can, just let some, hey, like I know somebody that's very interested in you. They already have a
Mhm.
kid and they can't really have any more. Like, would you be okay with that? And if you like, nah, and then she can kind of like, just throw herself in there, so what if it was me, that was interested in you and wanted to talk to you, but I got a kid, but I can't have any more kids. Like, where would your thought process be? Because some people maybe say no to others, but they may be
Mm.
more open to her because they already have a rapport with her. They already
Mm.
are currently talking, plus her baby is smaller, so her baby is more susceptible, to having a good father figure and impression for him. That may
Mhm.
be a good thing. Now, she said, when is it time to date? It's time to date when you're ready to date. Damn
Mm.
everybody else. Whenever
Mm.
you're ready to date is when it's time to date. Don't worry about focusing on what other people have going on and what they're saying, because there are a lot of couples who actually started out great. And people's like, well, yeah, nah, y'all shouldn't talk because of this, or you shouldn't date him because of this. Oh, yeah, well, you shouldn't date her because she got a kid under one. Well, girl, you shouldn't date him because he's in another state. Who give a
Mm.
damn, baby? What's for you is for you. And if
Mm.
that's your man, your man, your man, go get him,
Mm.
boo.
Let's go. Stay right there, Taurus Queen. Stay right there. I'm gonna switch the board. We're gonna talk about this for a couple seconds, and then we're gonna read the next letter. I try to always come up with a topic that helps us drive into the letter. So this next board, dating, how to know if it's a boundary or a trauma response. If I say to you, I don't like, I don't really want to deal with somebody who puts their phone on D&D every night. And it's because, my ex used to put his phone on D&D, and I found out he was putting that D in my homegirl D. And ever since then, I'm just like, nah, I want the lines of communication open at all times. Is that a boundary or is that a trauma response? Is it both? Our boundaries that we create are the things that we set up, the rules that we make, are they most of the time rooted in something that happened, or are these things legitimate boundaries? And how do I know the difference? Talk to me, Taurus.
So, yes
Thank you,
and
Fancy.
no. Um, Majority of the time, it is a trauma response. And sometimes it's just something that you've seen other people deal with and they'll go through, like your homeboy, your homegirl, your sister, your kid, your mama, daddy, whoever. And that's just something that you just don't want to subscribe to. So,
Mm,
and it's honestly okay to deal with either or, because now that's giving you a sense of what I do not want to deal with or what I don't want. Because sometimes, well, a lot of times when we date here, we really don't know what the hell we don't want until
mm,
we end up dealing with it and or going through it and we got scarred by it.
mm,
Or someone that you know or love got scarred by it. So once you see that, once you hear that, that's when your body, your mind starts to make a determination and a list of things that you just not going to deal with. And that's okay. But if that is the case, you need to be open and honest and respond and let someone know, well, hey, I set this boundary due to this, or this is just something that I just don't want to deal with. So it can be trauma. It can just
mm.
be a boundary, or you can just be like, I ain't dealing with that shit at all, whatever. So you either gonna roll with it or you're not, and that's
Roll with it. Roll with it. Sorry, I can't help myself.
it's okay.
I literally can't help myself. Thank you, Taurus
Hey,
Queen.
girl, I know, girl, 'cause we've been single for the past 2 nights.
Ciao. We gonna talk Taurus Queen. And if anybody is in if anybody's in the Virginia area, wait, I'm lying. If anybody in the house is from Atlanta, Georgia, from the age 35 to 44, must be handy, must have side teeth. Taurus says she's looking for you. Right? Right now, she says she's looking for you. We're going to get blunts up and then we're going to get into our Dear Chat letter that has everything to do with, is it my boundary or is it my trauma response? Am I giving people enough time or not? Blunts. And this is a perfect thing for you and I to talk about because we talk about how we sometimes break up with somebody 18 times in our mind before they get a chance to call back. Right? So it's like, how we function. Is it wrong of us?
No.
You know, is it trauma?
Yes.
Is it a boundary?
I don't
Is
know.
it both? Talk to me.
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I haven't been able to. I think that's trauma, not being able to determine the difference. That has to be trauma, right?
Marla said I require side teeth too. Y'all get on my
I mean,
nerves. Y'all get on my whole
I mean,
nerves.
if we gonna keep it a buck, I made it very clear. Once if my teeth ever start coming out, I'm going to the dentist expeditiously. I'm getting them all removed, and I'm gonna have different sets for the holidays.
You don't want yours to be permanently drilled in. You want to get
holiday sets, bitch. Christmas teeth clashing.
What is
Easter, my mouth looking like eggs.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But I mean, you know, with the two of us, it's the blind leading the blind. So whatever. I don't know. Let's get into this Dear Chat letter. Let's go. So let's see. I mean, hopefully we can help sis out because honestly, when I read this letter, I was like, I don't know if I'm the person to answer this letter because I know that this is part of my toxic traits. Okay. I know that I'm the type of person that if you don't call me back or call me within a certain time, I broke up with you 18 times. So I'm gonna try my very, very best to get to this letter and give her a response that makes sense. So fellas, I hope y'all in the house. I hope y'all can help us out with this Dear Chat letter. Let's get into the letter. Dear Chat, I'll get right to the point. I used to be a serial dater and quickly realized it isn't for me. So I changed back to dating one man at a time. Now this guy I found interest in, and he said he was always interested in me and didn't know how to approach me. With that said, a small compliment went a long way. So we are here now. We have been spending a decent amount of time with one another, from playful conversations to in-depth conversations. He enjoys spending time with me as well as I do. He has stayed over a few times. I'll admit, first link we smashed. I'm grown, mind your business. So now I'm currently faced with communication and what I've noticed a lot of people lack thereof. He went one too many days for me without contacting me. I sent a not so pleasant text message reading him to filth, possibly damaging his ego. His response is, it's only been one day. We haven't spoken to me. One day is too many. His response is, it's only been one day. We haven't spoken to me. One day is too many. So I was on the verge of cutting him off. Now, after speaking to a friend of mine, childhood friend since 12 years old, for context, I'm 35. When I heard myself out, I said it's possible he triggered me. And I did a deep dive into why I am no nonsense. I'll run and cut you off. I'm a run and cut you off type of woman. It comes from my childhood trauma, seeing my mom staying in a situation that has run its course, but stayed in it. I can only assume to not be lonely. I can only assume. Okay, all right, sorry. She can only assume that her mom stayed in situations because she didn't want to be lonely. Okay, I wanted to make sure that I said that right. My fear is I don't want to overstay when it's time to go. And with my child's father, he would go weeks without texting me and act so unbothered, not hearing from me, and he would hurt my feelings so bad by that. I feel like I was triggered by the new guy because of that. Now I know, after breaking down the situation, I realized I'm not healed from my trauma in last relationship. So my question is, do I owe it to the new guy to give him an explanation as to why I was triggered? And how can I go about healing from a past relationship wound that cut me so deep that it's hindering my capabilities to properly date? Side note, I don't have problems getting the men to come to my yard. I just don't have standing power to weather any storms. Let's go. So my question is, I'm just going to restate her question. So my question is, do I owe it to the new guy to give him an explanation as to why I was triggered? And how can I go about healing from a past relationship wound that cut me so deep that it's hindering my capabilities to properly date? Side note, I don't have problems getting the men to come to the yard for the milkshake. I just don't have standing power to weather any storms. Shout out to the person that wrote this letter. I love that. I love that you're honest about the fact that I don't have standing power to weather any storms. I feel like you were completely vulnerable in this, and I hope that we can help you out. Let's go. Let's see who's in the queue waiting to talk to us. We got quite a few people. I love it. Stay right there. We're going to get all your opinions. Come on, Chris. Come on, Shimon, Chris.
Good morning to you, Bunny.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Talk to
morning
the
to
people.
everybody in the chat. There's a lot of things going on with that letter. One, she doesn't owe him anything. If she chooses to respond and to let him know why she responded that way, that's her choice. In that situation, sounds like she doesn't want to be alone, so that's abandonment. Also, the other thing with that is how can I put this? Does she have the strength to withstand or to hold herself accountable for the things that she may have done? Or is she even one ready to date, which it doesn't sound like it, but I feel like you also can date while healing. And the other thing is when she spoke about her mom, that's leaving her in the past and not being present with what's going on with her and not including her mom in the situation, if that makes any sense.
You feel like that's her like focusing on that and allowing herself to be governed by that. Thank you, DMV. I see you stepping in. You think that's her like so basically like it's a trauma response that she's having in that thought process.
Yeah.
She's
And
reflecting back to that.
yeah,
I
and not
mean,
being
hey,
present.
Bliss just said in the chat, one thing I like is that she seems to be self-aware, right? And I think that, in that what Bliss was saying is like, now comes the healing part. Now comes the, how do we, attack those things? How do we deal with those things that are coming up? Because I mean, sometimes we don't know what our triggers are until we're triggered. And then it was like, wait, so where does that come from? So I like that she's willing to be like, you know what? Where did that come from? Why do I feel that way?
The
I
best part
do
of
think, I don't know if the person is still around and is still willing to see through whatever happened, whatever disrespect you gave to him, I would hope that one, she would apologize for what she said to him.
right.
I was triggered, this, that, and the third. If he wants to be around, I don't know. I would give him the explanation only if like, because she disrespected him. She said, I sent him a text message and I read him for filth. And he still communicated and said, and let you know, because I think the missing conversation piece was probably what's our communication styles. Now we done gave up the cookie, child. And I feel like sometimes after we give up the cookie, sometimes we get a little loopy and we be like, wait, well, hold on. I thought you was my man. Why you ain't call me every day? But did y'all have the conversation about what y'all were doing?
And that's
I guess.
and that's the part right there, having that conversation. But also, I feel like a lot of people nowadays, not knowing what was in the letter, but however it was, but she could apologize to him. But more importantly, I feel like people are one and done nowadays because of how easy it is to get somebody. Like if somebody does something that you don't like or didn't know that they did it, and then you're quick to just be like, yo, I'm cool. That's not giving that person a fair chance either to respond to what you said, or it's not giving that person a fair chance to state to the other person why they said what they said. So and I feel like it goes for men and women when after y'all have smicks, or even before, depending on if you like that person, how deep the conversation is, it can go both ways where somebody's like, hey, I didn't hear from you today. So that's where the communication comes into play, and you both have to be on the same page when it comes to communicating.
Thank you, Chris. Let's go. Let me catch Trust in the comments. Trust in the comments. Let me see what my boy said. Trust said self-aware and dealing with the issues are completely different. Absolutely. And then he said, and let's be clear, it was one day, no call, which matters to her. Mama Blunt said you have to communicate. Katie said vulnerable, ... accepted and acknowledge what happened. Communication before taking the next step. And I think a lot of people are missing the communication before we take the steps. Jay White said deal with them head on. Talk it out. You'll know where you stand after that. Let me see. Let me try to catch up all these comments. Let me see where we at. All right, boom. Hold on. You got a new face in here. Are you a new face? Oh no, you've been here. Shantu Extra, let's go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, can you say the question again? Because I want to specifically answer that.
Okay, just the question part, not the whole letter. The letter was long.
Yeah, the question part.
Okay, no problem. Hold on 1 second. So basically she wants to know. So my question is, do I owe it to the new guy to give him an explanation as to why I was triggered? And how can I go about healing from a past relationship wound that cut me so deep that it's hindering my capabilities to properly date? Side note, I don't have problems getting the men to come to the yard. I just don't have standing power to weather any storms. Thank you, Sean.
So I think she owes it to herself to communicate with him why she was triggered. Because if the lack of communication was a trigger for you, it seems like she may be good at communicating. So I'm never going to turn into a bad communicator because of somebody else's lack of communication. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense. Let me clap you up.
So more than him, I think she owes it to herself. I do think she is self-aware. So it's like if you don't address it now, it's like you're gonna continue to it's not gonna change in the next relationship. You know what I mean? And how did she address that? I think therapy. I'm pro therapy for everybody. She needs to be in somebody's therapy, straight up. But yeah, that's my only thing.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Shantu. I appreciate that. I definitely think it's some inner work to do. I love that she already came to the table with it might be, dealing with my mom. And that's something that I could relate to. When I read the letter, I was like, you know what? I can relate to that. I never... And shout out to my mom, love her down. And as I come up here and I'm raw and I'm like, Mama, I don't know if I want you watching this for real. But my thing is watching your parents date, watching their dating style. She said she literally started the letter with, I'm a serial dater. Been there, done that, seen that, watched that, and said that I would never do that and still emulated that because I never saw another example. So the fact that she's aware of the fact that, hey, the way my mom dated is something I tried not to do, but here I am. Something that, I watched her not have boundaries and take whatever, but here I go. Now I'm not going to be the one. I'm not going to end up like my mama, but then we don't know how to go about it healthily. So I think the fact that she's able to bring to the table, that hurt me. Hey, my child's father, he abandoned me and things like that. I have abandonment issues. So when I start to feel like somebody's pulling away, let me pull you back in and disrespect you and call you out your name instead of maybe having these conversations. I think that's the issue, not having that example, right? So she probably never saw someone have a conversation, set boundaries, set standards from the beginning. So I think that's something that's a tool that she needs to know that she needs to have. These are the things that I want. These are my non-negotiables. You ready for this? Not having that conversation leaves you in a world of not knowing. And when you get into a place of not knowing, you go for the attack, you go for the jugular. Now you sitting there tussling with him and calling him out his name, but really you didn't even know what you were signing up for because y'all never had the conversation. Go ahead, Katie, talk to me.
Good morning. Quick side note. The one thing I've learned over my years is the harder we try to run from being our parents, the more somehow it comes to be. The fruition is we develop the same qualities or we somewhat fall in the same situations that we didn't want to be in the first place.
Mm.
For the person who sent the letter, she did the hard work, which was acknowledging that something was wrong. Whether you didn't realize until you were in the same situation again, you now know. So again, either get help, seek therapy. Like that's always going to be a lot of us number ones nowadays. Address it. And now you have a boundary going forward where you have to communicate your preferences. Whether it's, hey, I don't feel comfortable going a day without speaking to you, or can we just do a nightly check-in? Did you ever express this to this person? And the next part of the question is, do you communicate what happened? Again, you don't owe him anything unless you're trying to go forward with the relationship. It wasn't really over. You were just pissed off that you never heard from him. So, okay, I need to address what really happened. But then he can look at you crazy now because one day I'm missing, you're going to flip out on me again in the future. So people
Maybe.
don't like the drama. Yeah, people
I
don't like the
might.
drama. So he might be
Yeah.
looking at you in a different light. Okay, I didn't know I did it wrong. You flipped out on me. I could have a difficult day in the future. I don't want to talk. And you go on me again. So I'm going to just say again, you did the amazing work, which is acknowledging what went wrong. You just have to set a new boundary going forward, communicating what you need and being firm on that.
That part. Come on, Katie. I think my writer has an issue with uncertainty. I think that she does not like to perform in an uncertain space, but I don't think that she's using the tools to put herself in a place of certainty. I don't think she's using her tools to put herself in a position to know where they're going. And because we're not having the conversation. We done got to the bedroom. We done made it hot. We done, drop, stop, drop, shut it down, and then we wanted to open up shop for conversation, and we never had the conversation. And I think that's why it's really important to put them drawers away and get out the pen and the pad and draw down a plan and figure out what are the things that you want, and then have those conversations about, hey, are you trying to do what I'm trying to do for real? And then also listen, because people can tell you anything, but are those actions and those words matching? You know what I'm saying? I think it's the best thing that she can do is slow down. However, what she said is, I'm a serial dater, and I've been there too before, back to back. So, and when we do that, we don't give ourselves time. There we go. Jay said, reflection is the business of the man. Not what he said. Self-reflection is really important. And when we serial date, we run from ourselves and we run from the things that we want. And I seen somebody say in the chat, my sis was asking, what's my educational background? My educational background is I'm actually a business major, a business graduate, but I worked in social work and I worked in the field of people literally longer than I worked in business. I could say that. Maybe about the same amount. But like working in social work definitely helps with my understanding and empathy. And I think just life experience. Ooh, that part, Trust. My next thing, life experience. I could work at a furniture store because I know how to sit on furniture my entire life. I could talk to the people because I've lived my life, right? I've been through a lot of things. And when I reflect on the things that I've been through in life, now I see the purpose in it. For me to be able to have these type of conversations, I could speak to a multitude of things because God done took me through the washer and dryer multiple times. Go ahead, Blunts.
Excuse me. I feel like this is more of a I know what I'm doing, but I'm going to use my trauma as an excuse to treat people bad in this moment. That's what I'm picking up from the situation, because she's very self-aware. Very much so.
Say that again. Say it again.
I feel like she's using her the trauma. She's very self-aware, so she understands that, she doesn't like the going, the day without talking. So as a woman at our big age, You know how to communicate, and you could do that very well, and she voiced that. And she's very self-aware. So instead of taking all of that energy and disrespecting him, you could have took that same energy and expressed how that made you feel and how you don't want that to happen and how you want things to look moving forward for you. So I feel like she's trying to use her trauma as a get out of jail free card. Oh, well, this happened to me, so this is my excuse. Well, this is why I acted this way. So do you think I should explain to him why I cussed him out lower than a dog? Because I seen my mom do it whenever I was a little girl. So, I don't want to look like a piece of shit now. So should I do this, you guys? Or what do y'all think?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's
I mean, it's not one way to slice a turkey, but I mean blunts, right? Have you ever been in a situation and you look back and you're like, damn, I could have handled that better. But in the time, it's go mode. Ha! You ain't about to play with me.
absolutely 100%.
And then after, I probably shouldn't have said that, right? And I think sometimes it's just a little bit of reflection later. In the moment, it feel good. Oh, you thought you was about to play with me? Well, here, my boy, because the stroke wasn't even stroking like that anyway. Then it was like, dang, that was he did do that thing that I like, and maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I think it could be both. I don't know if it's necessarily a get out of. The only reason, like I said, I really resonate with this letter because I know what it is to be a serial dater. I know what it is to not have a great example of your parent, not having the best dating history. So I empathize with this letter a lot.
I'm the queen of crash out, Trish. You better understand that one.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Trust said crash outs feel good in the moment. So I feel like I'm not going to say she's probably trying to play Monopoly board. I think that she, by writing this letter, shows that she knows that she probably did something wrong and knows that she probably needs to figure out a better way to handle that. And I think, like what my sis said before, therapy is the best thing for her to figure out some tools to how to navigate relationships better, and how to have these conversations so that she's not putting herself in a world of confusion. So yeah, but like I said, I always respect opinion, and I respect you coming from the other side with the other eye. Thank you, Blunt. Let's go. I respect all opinion. However, we could all watch the same video. Maybe one day that's what we got to do. We can all watch the same video and see a million different things. And I love that. I love that you can come up here and tell me like, oh no, well, I saw her put something in her back pocket before something went off. Or I saw, I feel like we all can come to the table with different views. Discussion said, woo, child. I have definitely had some you ain't have to say all that moments, child. Me. First of all, I'm a Taurus, so I'll be feeling like I need to say every single thing I gotta say right now, right here. And it's not always the best. So now I had to learn how to, Mama Blunts? I didn't even mean to click her. I'm sorry, Mama. I said, I'm sorry, Mama. I didn't even mean to click you. Did you mean to come up?
No, but I'm here, so I'm gonna do it.
Oh, Mama Blunts.
Okay, Mama.
Go ahead, Mama. What you gonna tell the people?
Well, I was wondering, maybe it's her way of saying she wants out of the relationship without her actually saying, I'm done.
All right, Mama Blunts, let's go. Well, they showing love to Mama Blunts. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna leave you right there. Let me let you get all your gifts. Come on, gift her up. Gift her up. Mama Blunts in the box. I said I sorry, Mama. I'm gonna let Tracy go, and then we gonna have Taurus as the voice of reasoning for the closer. Go ahead, Miss Tracy. That's the aren't you? You're my 50-year-old sis, ain't you?
Yeah.
Right? Come on with it. That's your little leg with the booty poke out. That's our sis. 55.
Thank
All right,
you.
talk
Thank
to
you.
my lady.
I'm also a social worker as well, and I deal with individuals who are dealing with mental health issues.
Let's go.
And thank you. And one of the things that triggers are definitely real, and they're hard to regulate, especially if you don't even know that you've had them. And I think that just in this situation, especially since they had already gotten intimate or they were already intimate with each other. There's a lot of emotions behind that. So I can understand how that can be kind of like hard to control because I also see maybe like she could have been having like a cognitive distortion. I think that she was catastrophizing maybe in her head, like, oh yeah, like you were saying, like, oh, he's trying to play me, and oh, he ain't gonna do that to me. And I think that what was going on internally with her and her trying to deal with the emotions and the triggers and stuff like that is what caused that response. However, it's not an excuse for poor behavior to me. I do think that at the very least that she owes him an apology, but I don't think that she has to, discuss like why she was triggered. I do feel like if she went to speak to a counselor and stuff to learn how to deal with her triggers, would help her to work on, better responses whenever she finds herself being triggered.
That part. Thank you, Tracy. Let's go. And you know what, Trust? I think we've been running from that topic, and I need to run right into it. Trust said, I think the Smex threw a wrench in the process. No lie. And the fire remains lit. I'm sorry that you missed the letter. It was a very long letter. Otherwise, I would have read it back for you. But basically, the gist of the letter is this. We have a sis in the house who was asking for advice from us. She was having sexual relations with this guy. They have great interaction, but his communication style sucks for her. She's the type of person who likes to talk to somebody each and every day, reach out, something has to be happening. He didn't. Oh, it's Antoine. Oh my God. Jessica! My bad, Antoine. So, Antoine, talking to you like a stranger. The fire remains lit. You know what I'm saying, Antoine? Okay. So yeah, she had sex with this guy. His communication style sucks to her. He didn't talk to her for one day and she lost it. Baby, you have a good day too, Marla. He didn't talk to her for one day and she lost it. She went off for him and sent him a text message reading him fulfilled. And he said, well, dang, it was only one day. So then she takes a little trip in her mind and she's like, you know what? She asked her friend about it and she's thinking about some things from her past. Her mom always was being disrespected and didn't have the best relationship with men. Then she also was reflecting back to her child's father, who would go weeks without talking to her and disrespect her, and she doesn't want to live in that place of disrespect anymore. So she wants to know, should she apologize to the person that she went off on? No, I mean, not just apologize. She wants to know if she should let him know about her trigger. Should she let him know about the trigger, and how does she know? How do I know? So my question is, do I owe to the new guy to give him an explanation as to why I was triggered? And how can I go about healing from a past relationship wound that cut me so deep that it's hindering my capabilities to properly date? Side note, I don't have problems getting the men to come to my yard. I just don't have standing power to weather any storms. Go ahead, Taurus Queen. Hold on, let me read this comment while you get yourself together. I'm sorry. Tay said, communicate with me.
Go ahead.
Tay said, communicate with me. I can't adjust my actions if I don't know what's up. And Trust said, so no call, no show is a sign of disrespect due to her ex constantly doing that. And Antoine said, because the trauma affected him. Affected who? Her. Go ahead, Taurus.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack, but so we'll just start from the top and go from there.
Let's go.
One.
Let's start from the top. Well, no, I really like it. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's okay.
Love you, Marla.
So first off, she got to start loving herself. That's number one. You can't go into anything, regardless of the situation, expecting for somebody to put more love and respect and nurturing on you more than you put on yourself. That's the first thing. If you didn't see your mother deal with those things and have those things, then that would be your time in order for you to learn how to get them, learn how to nurture them, learn how to use those type of skills so that way it can better help you later on down the line. Then you said that you don't have the time to weather anything. If you don't have the time to weather anything, then baby, this may not be the time for you to be in the dating scene, period. Because dating, you're going to have to weather something, whether if it's a storm, sandstorm, wind, water, howling, hail, snow, whatever, so you're going to have to learn how to weather those storms, period. And even once you get into a relationship, You're going to have to learn how to weather those storms. The main storm that you got to learn how to weather is yourself.
Hold on,
So,
pause. Don't you drop gems and just walk off. Okay, go ahead. And Aretha, I saw you in there. Good morning. Thank you. Go
so
ahead.
once we learn how to weather those storms, we also got to learn how to love the beauty in said storm, because all these storms are coming for a reason. All of these storms are telling you, well, hey, this is something that I need to pay attention to. This is something that I need to do more research into. And this is something that I need to start applying the things that I'm learning and how to actually cope and heal from these things. So let's start there. That's the first thing. Secondly, when it comes to giving the love below away, keep the love below to yourself, baby, because everybody who we decide to open our treasure box to isn't even worth even having access to the even space that is even held in. So keep those cards close to you, because everybody doesn't need to know what you have in your hand. They don't. I don't care how quick somebody wants you to hurry up and jump into the bed and do such and such and X, Y, and Z with them. That has nothing to do with it. Now, sidebar, there are some people who have found their husband, by them, go ahead and just getting straight to it real quickly. So it's not to shame anyone who does do those things, because there are people who have found they man or their wife by doing that. And that's perfectly fine. But in this case, baby, take your time to love on you. Take your time to heal you, because nobody is going to make you happy. So
Dang,
that's
now we
where
losing you.
that's where we got it.
Come on with it. I'm
That's
glad you
where
was
we
able
have
to
to start
land your
from,
plane
and
before
that's
you
where we
started
have to
breaking
heal
up.
at, baby.
Oh, can't even hear me. Can you hear me, Captain?
I can hear you. I got you.
Oh, okay, you was breaking up. Ooh.
Okay. Well, what was the last thing you heard me say? Because baby, I
It
don't
was
even know. I said a
only
whole
like
bunch of shit. We're
two
trying to be
sentences
out.
ago. It was the little ending you was giving.
Oh, okay. Well, I just simply say, well, that's where she has to start from, and that's where she has to heal from, first and
Okay.
foremost. And at
That's
the end of the day, baby, if that ain't your man, that ain't your man. Apologize to you first, then apologize to him, because you deserve just as much apology, just as much healing, just as much love and nurturing as he did as well. And it was only one day. Damn, give that man a break. Shit. Other than that, you good.
Yo, I can't hear you. Thank you, Poet Queen. You always the voice of reason. Let's go. Let me catch up some of these comments. I'm so weak. Trust said storm should purify you. Let's go. Bliss said, if you do that, don't trip afterwards. That's literally all you have to do. Grace said, and make it a habit to speak up before things start to fester. All right, let's go. All right, nobody else is in the queue. We gonna get up out of here. I thank y'all. Antoine, you was late to class, but I love that you showed up anyway. Truly said yes. Come on. One thing I love about Taurus Queen is she may read you for filth. She might curse you down. She might do a couple, unreasonable things. But at the end of the day, you stick around for the lesson plan. She always honestly does an amazing job at articulating herself and bringing some voice of reason to the chat. So we love you, Taurus Queen. Antoine said, I'm packing, heading back to VA. Oh, we got to talk. Love Taurus for sure. I thank y'all for joining up with me. Do y'all know what tomorrow is? But do y'all know what tomorrow is, though? It's Friday. But not only is it Friday, it's Giveaway Friday. And the way y'all been gifting up in the chat, I don't know who's gonna be on the board, but I know the gifts. I know the board is going to be packed, because y'all been really showing love to the channel all week. I really appreciate y'all. It's Freaky Friday. Ooh, should we go Freaky Friday? We've been talking about smacks all week. Y'all want to go freaky again? Y'all want to go freaky again on this Friday? Actually, I do want to address the thing that Trust said earlier about the smacks throwing a wrench in relationships. Y'all trying to go freaky again tomorrow? Lord Jesus, Christopher Campbell, what's going on? Ooh, Freaky Friday fiesta. Don't get me excited. Christopher, thank you for the follow-up. We're getting up out of here. My name is Bunny, shit out of Jersey. I do this Freaky Zeke Friday. I do this each and every day, Monday through Friday, 10. I go live each and every day, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m., 10 a.m. on Saturdays, and random times on Sundays. Love you too, King. I'm out of here. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Come back tomorrow, Christopher, for Giveaway Friday.